it because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, now I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, now I'll find you in my dreams. I'll find you in my I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
Let's get this music down. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys all had a good weekend. I didn't stream the last few days. I was up in Atlanta this past weekend. Went to the Hawks Nuggets game on Friday night. That was fun. Went to the SEC Championship on Saturday. That was fun, although the game was terrible. Georgia steamrolled Alabama. And then went to the Falcons game on Sunday. So I had a busy weekend going to all the sports games in Atlanta. But back home, ready to get back to the grind, man. We've got a kind of slow week, I should say, for NBA props. It's only 2 games today. It's only 2 games tomorrow. These are NBA Cup games, so these games are meaningful. I think you might see some playoff type rotations tonight. But for props, it kind of sucks only having 2 games, back-to-back days. I think we have 4 games on Thursday, and then Friday it's back to normal with like a big slate. And then I think Saturday is the NBA Cup semifinals, so there's only 2 games on Saturday. So it's kind of an annoying week from a props perspective, but hopefully we'll get some good competitive games tonight. I'm excited to watch these games, and we'll see who advances in the NBA Cup. But we're going to talk through probably just for the next 30 minutes up until 6 o'clock when the Heat and Magic game starts. We'll just talk through some props maybe. If you guys have questions, you can throw those in chat. I know it's going to be kind of a short stream today. There's not a ton to talk about because it's only 2 games, but I still wanted to go live and just kind of chat with you guys and see what's up and how you guys are doing. But we do have a Scotty Barnes taco, and I have not used this yet, so we'll bid out a slip with this Scotty Barnes taco. Maybe I'll throw in a play that I like, and then maybe we'll get a play from the chat, do like a 3-pick lineup, one of my plays, and then maybe one of you guys' plays. And I saw Mr. White and Walter Johnson. I don't know if you guys are in the chat right now, but thank you for becoming members. Appreciate the additional support, fellas. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. We got a live. Yeah, we got a live, PF. I've been going live for like the last week or so. I haven't really been announcing it or anything. It's just kind of been random. But I do want to try and grow these live streams. I think we've peaked so far at like over, I think like 130 viewers. One day we had like 130, 140 viewers. Really, it's just going to be me talking through the slate, answering questions, hopefully, helping you guys win some money. And I want to try and do these streams like Monday through Friday if I can. There will definitely be days where I can't go live because I might have other stuff going on, which I think tomorrow's going to be a day where I probably won't be able to live stream. But I do want to try and live stream often. It's fun for me. I get to talk NBA with you guys, and I get to answer your questions, get to be more active with my followers and my subscribers. So it's good for me, and hopefully it's good for you guys as well. But always be on the lookout on the YouTube channel. You'll see like the scheduled stream, so you'll know what time I'm going live each day if I do go live. What's up, Noah? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well as too, my man. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well. NBA wise, betting lately has been very frustrating for me. Every night I'm losing by like a point, half a point. Last night I only gave out 2 plays yesterday on Patreon, and we lost by half a point. Like, it's just been so frustrating. We had a stat correction that caused us to lose yesterday. It's been really annoying, but other than that, been going pretty well. It was a fun weekend, man. It was a fun weekend. It's very rare when like you have like something like that where you have an NBA game, a college football, big time college football game, and an NFL game all happening in the same location in back-to-back days. So when we checked the schedule, well, we had already planned to go to the SEC Championship because we went to the SEC Championship last year, and it was really fun, the Georgia-Texas game. So we had already planned to go back this year, and then we checked the schedule, saw that the Nuggets were playing the Hawks the day before, saw that the Falcons were playing the Seahawks the day after, and said let's just make a weekend out of it. Let's go to all the games. Thoughts on a Bam double-double? Well, it depends probably what the odds are on that. I mean, I feel like Bam's always a pretty good bet to get a double-double. It really just comes down to rebounds for him. You feel fairly confident he's going to get 10 points. I would say rebounding-wise, it's not a great matchup for rebounds. Like, Orlando's historically been a pretty good rebounding team. But I will say that the Heat... we've only seen the Heat have 3 games this year where their whole starting lineup has been healthy. So Davion Mitchell, Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo. Those 5 guys have only been healthy for 3 games this year. And in those 3 games, Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware did not play a lot alongside each other. And actually last time this happened, it was December the 1st, they played the Clippers. Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware played no minutes alongside each other. Bam played like 32 minutes, Khalil Ware played 16 minutes. So if Bam's not going to be sharing the floor a lot with Khalil Ware, I would say that should be good for his rebounding upside. Will that happen in this matchup? I don't know. Like, this definitely could be a spot where they do play Bam and Khalil Ware together. But if they're going to not go away from that now, like, that definitely should help Bam's rebounding numbers. It's all going to depend on the odds, though, for that double-double. Like, if you're getting that at, like, I really don't even know what the odds would be. Maybe, like, plus 150, I would say. Like, what does DraftKings have him at for double-double? I really don't ever take like double-double props. For one, I can't take like sportsbook props, and you can't take double-doubles on Prizepicks. I'd assume he's like plus 150 for a double-double. Let's see. DraftKings has him at, oh wow, minus 133. I was way off there. See, yeah, like minus 133. I don't know. I mean, what are his rebound numbers? Like, let's see. I mean, yeah, he's minus 134 for over 9.5 rebounds. I think if you're going to bet that, you just bet him over 9.5 rebounds and don't even worry about the points. I mean, there's really no point in taking double-double when you can get over 9.5 rebounds for almost the same price as a double-double. That would be my 2 cents there. For some reason, when a promo comes up, I'm only able to put $5 max. Do you know the reason for that, or how can I fix it? It's all about your account. Everyone's gonna everyone's gonna have certain limits. I can't say what causes people to have higher limits, typically it's your lifetime profit loss. So like, if your lifetime profit loss is, if you're in the negatives, you might have higher limits. If you're in the positives, you might have lower limits. But I know Prizepicks has definitely cut down the amount that people are able to take on tacos and stuff. I think a lot of people are capped at $5 now. I've been capped at $5 forever, but I think a lot of people are capped at $5 now. There's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's what Prizepicks can dictate. But yeah, there are people out there that get to bet like $50 tacos, $100 tacos, and for those people, the people that are able to bet those, that's not a good thing. You don't want to be able to have those high limits, because that typically means you're not doing well, and that's the reason you're able to put so much money on those discounts. So if you're limited to $5 on discounts, that's probably a good sign, actually. With no Wagner, how does Silva rebounds look? Yeah, so we were waiting on the Magic starting lineup, and we just got it. Tristan Da Silva, I thought was going to start, but they're actually going with Anthony Black instead of Da Silva. So, like, I still think Da Silva plays a decent amount off the bench. They might have pulled his props, or maybe they don't have him. Okay, they have him as just Tristan Silva. So his rebounds on Prizepicks right now, they only have Demons and Goblin lines. Like, I would think he still plays probably mid-20s minutes off the bench. He's been rebounding well this year. I haven't really looked too much into that one. Since he's not starting, I don't feel as confident in some of those prop lines on Da Silva. But I think the market has kind of already adjusted for him not starting. Like, they've bumped down all of his lines a little bit. So hopefully you took that after it was announced he wasn't starting. Because if you took it before, you got some bad value there. What do you think about Goga PRA? I mean, Goga, he's only going to play the backup center minutes, so like he really doesn't have much of a minute ceiling unless like Wendell Carter gets into foul trouble or something. I would say most of his minutes he's going to match up against Khalil Ware and not Bam, which is better. Like, you don't want to match up against Bam because Bam's typically a pretty good defender. He typically limits scoring and rebounding to opposing centers. I just, like in an NBA Cup game, how high can Goga's minute ceiling get? Like, best case scenario, Goga's probably playing like 18 minutes maybe. Best case scenario, maybe 20. But like, you're probably getting like 14, 15 minutes. He could get there in 14, 15 minutes, but I'm just a little hesitant. Again, with these NBA Cup games, I think you might see slightly more minutes for starters, like for main guys. He's got 2 double-doubles against the Magic this season. Talking about Bam, I mean, if that's the case, then I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to go with, you can go with that. I typically try not to look at like player versus team stats because it doesn't really paint the whole picture. So let's see. Like, there could have been guys out those games, but he did have 15 and 12, and then he had 24 and 15. Let's see. So it looks like Tyler Hero was out for one of those games, which probably doesn't matter too much for Bam, at least from like reboundings. I mean, rebound-wise, his rebounds are not going to go up or down without Tyler Hero. But it does look like Khalil Ware in one of those games only played 14 minutes. And then the other game, Khalil Ware started alongside Bam. In that game, Khalil Ware only played 22 minutes. Bam played 40 minutes. So that's interesting. I mean, he does have 2 double-doubles against the Magic this year, but one game he played 40 minutes, the other game Khalil Ware barely played. If you told me Bam played, 35 minutes tonight and Khalil Ware only played like 15 minutes, I would like it. But I don't know what the Heat are going to do, if they're going to start or if they're going to play Bam and Khalil together, if they're not at all. Because like I said, I think that has a negative or positive impact on Bam's rebounding upside if he's not playing alongside Khalil Ware. Anthony Black over 5.5 rebounds is plus money on DraftKings. I like over 4.5 for minus 150. He's been rebounding like crazy lately. Yeah, and he's starting too, so his minutes should definitely be higher. I know he's been playing really well lately, and he's been playing big minutes, I believe. Yeah, over 30 minutes now in what, 4 of his last 5 games. He has been rebounding well, but like for the season, Anthony Black only averages like 4 rebounds per game. So I hate to like overreact to like a 4-game sample, but yeah, the last 4 games he has been rebounding like crazy. 9 rebounds, 7 rebounds, 8 rebounds, 11 rebounds. But I still think he's one of those guys that like on average he's going to have like 4 or 5 rebounds in a game. I don't know if Franz being out has much of a positive or negative impact on his rebounding upside. I would say it probably just kind of offsets it. I don't think that matters too much. Paolo being back, you would think Paolo being back probably hurts Black's rebounding upside because Paolo can, crash the glass. But we'll see. If that's a play you like, man, roll with it. I'm a little hesitant on those. Like buying into like a small sample of a guy significantly outperforming what he would normally do. I don't want to just buy into that happening constantly because who knows if it continues to happen like that where Black is grabbing that many rebounds. Taking Black and hero points thoughts. I mean, like I said, Anthony Black's been playing really well. He's been scoring a ton. He's been playing a ton of minutes. The Heat, they are a team I believe that do give up like a lot of off-ball scoring, so they give up a lot of threes. Which Anthony Black, he's more of an off-ball scorer. Like, he's not really ball dominant. I feel like the matchup does set up fairly well for him to score a little bit with how Miami does give up three-pointers. I want to say Miami's like top 5 in three-pointers allowed per game this year. I could probably look at that real quick. Let's see. Okay, they're not top 5, but they're inside the top 10 in terms of three-point attempts or three-pointers made per game given up. So like you can definitely, if guys that can score off the ball can shoot threes, typically have success against Miami. So the matchup for Anthony Black I think is okay from a scoring perspective. And then Tyler Hero points. It's really tough with the Heat. Like now that they're fully healthy and Norman Powell's healthy, Bam's healthy, Wiggins is healthy. They've played a lot of games this year with one of those guys out. Since Hero's come back, I mean, he's been scoring pretty well. Orlando's typically a team that, like, they don't double a lot. They don't really trap a lot. They'll play one-on-one. And I'm assuming it'll be probably Anthony Black or Jalen Suggs that gets Tyler Hero in this matchup. And Suggs is a good defender, but they trust Suggs one-on-one to guard really any other guard. So, like, Tyler Hero is one of these guys that can just he can win any one-on-one matchup against really any guard. His scoring probably takes a hit when he gets trapped a lot. He gets double-teamed, and then he's kind of forced to pass and not really able to get shots up. But this is one of those matchups where he should at least have the opportunity to score because Orlando's going to pretty much play one-on-one against him and not double much at all. Do you think it's winning Heat or Magic? That's a tough one. I think I like the Heat. But that's really tough. Under on PB Fantasy, talking about Paulo Banchero. Yeah, so Paulo is really tough. He's on a minutes limit right now. His first game back from injury, he played 20 minutes. And then the game after that, he played 24. I'm assuming today Paulo plays like 28 to 30 minutes. But with it being an NBA Cup game, maybe they up his minutes a little bit. I'm not sure. Like, if you told me Paulo played 34 minutes, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. It was a meaningful game. If you told me Paulo played 28 minutes, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense because he's, kind of been on that, plus 4 minute increase each game. I'm guessing like 28 to 30. So if he plays 28 to 30 minutes, 35.5 fantasy score, I feel like that's a pretty accurate line. But then, accounting Franz out, Paulo has historically been pretty good without Franz. We haven't seen Paulo play without Franz yet this season because I don't think Franz has missed a game yet this year. So it'll be interesting to see how Paulo plays without Franz alongside Desmond Bane because, we haven't seen that scenario yet this season. I feel like 35.5 fantasy is probably an accurate line on Paulo. If I had to pick a side, I think I'd lean the under because I feel like there's more minutes downside than there is upside. I'd be surprised if they really upped his minutes. Coming back from injury, but again, it's a meaningful game, so who knows what they'll do. But that's one of those ones where, like, if I'm kind of hesitant on it, I don't know. I just don't take it. I think if that line was like 37.5, then I would like the under. Which, 2 points, you might not think that really matters, but you'd be surprised. I feel like 35.5 is a pretty accurate line on Paulo's fantasy. Do I take Mitchell Robinson's 7 rebounds? Gabe, I would not take that. We gave out, one of my YouTube plays today was Mitchell Robinson over 5.5 rebounds. And that line's up at 7 now. So, like, if you didn't get it at 5.5, the value is pretty much gone. Like, now at 7, I mean, Robinson needs to get 8 rebounds to hit that, to go over. Which he definitely could do, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, if you didn't get it at 5.5 when I gave it out on YouTube last night, I would not take it over 7. Because, like, the value's pretty much gone now. They said he's still on the limit, didn't expect more than 26. I saw Underdog tweeted out something, but they didn't really specify a number. What did they say? Let's see. Underdog said, Paulo Banchero remains on a minutes limit Tuesday per Coach Mosley. Banchero has played 20, followed by 24 in his 2 games back from injury. So that's just probably assuming maybe 28. There was no specific number given on Paulo's minutes. I'm assuming about 28 minutes for Paulo. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming. Let's build out a slip though with this Scotty Barnes taco, because the games are starting in like 7 minutes, and we need to build something out. So one of the plays I was looking at that I like today, besides what I've already given out, so I gave out 2 plays on Patreon with the taco from before, and then I gave out 2 plays on YouTube last night. I don't want to double down on any of those. I typically try not to do that. But one play that I was looking at was, I was looking at some Khalil Ware unders. So his PR and his PRA are the same. Well, his PR was at 17.5. It got bumped down. His PRA is at 17.5. His fantasy was at 23.5 earlier today. It's at 24.5 now. I kind of like this under on Khalil Ware. And kind of what I talked about earlier. So we've only seen the Heat starting 5 of Davion Mitchell, Tyler Hero, Andrew Wiggins, Norman Powell, Bam Adebayo. We've only seen those 5 guys play together in 3 games this year. The last time they were all healthy, Khalil Ware only played 16 minutes, and he basically just backed up Bam Adebayo. He didn't play any minutes alongside Bam. Does that continue? I don't know. Against Orlando's a team that does typically play big. Like, they usually are going to have Wendell or Goga on the floor at all times. So maybe we see some overlap on Khalil Ware with Bam. But I think there's definitely potential here where Khalil Ware only plays like 16 minutes and Bam plays, his normal 32 minutes. And they don't play any minutes together. Because you've got to think, off the bench, they still have Jaime Jaquez. They still have Drew Smith. I mean, these are all guards, but still. They got Pelly Larson. They've got Jovic, although he's kind of been in and out of the rotation lately. Like, they still got a lot of bodies. So, I kind of like this on Khalil Ware. I think there's a possibility that he only plays like 16, 18 minutes tonight. Which, in that case, under 24.5 fantasy, I think is going to be okay. Especially in a matchup against Orlando that's typically not a great matchup for centers anyway. So, that's a play that I do like for today. Is there a play that you guys like? We might throw that in the in this will be our like official stream slip today. But this is one that I was eyeing earlier today. And I think I'm going to pull the trigger now. Just doing some more digging and looking at, like, when the Heat have been fully healthy, that has definitely hurt Khalil Ware's upside, his minutes upside. Scotty Barnes Taco expires in 7 minutes. Can you suggest a line if you don't mind? Yeah, this is one I'm going to pair with the Scotty Barnes Taco. I definitely like this. Let's do our $5 on that. Typically, I would try and find another pick and do like a 3-pick, but again, we're kind of running short on time, so that's what we're going to roll with as our stream slip today. Taking the Scotty Barnes Taco, going to pair it with Khalil Ware under 24.5 fantasy. I would try and get a play from you guys, but like I said, we're running short on time right now. The game's about to start. I didn't even know the games were starting at 6 o'clock today. I was going to stream at 6:30, and then I looked at the schedule, saw the games were at 6, and I had to pull that back a little bit. I think tomorrow, though, I think tomorrow the games start at 7:30, so we'll probably go live. We might go live a little later tomorrow. I wasn't going to stream tomorrow. We'll see. If I do go live, it'll probably be later, like 7, but I don't know if I'll be able to go live tomorrow. But I should be live Thursday. We got 4 games on Thursday. 8 o'clock is the first start time on Thursday. So we might do like a late stream on Thursday. Maybe like a 7:30 to 8 type thing. But again, the days I do stream, you'll see it on the YouTube. Just go to my YouTube channel. You'll see the scheduled stream and what time I'm going live. I'm going to answer a few more questions, guys, and we're probably going to head out of here because, like I said, the games do start in a few minutes. There's really not a ton to talk about today because there's only 2 games. Franz out, they will probably up his minutes. Talking about Paulo, it's a possibility. It is. But, again, when a guy's coming back from injury, you never know like how they're going to treat him. They might be on a strict limit where, like, you know, he's going to play max 28. Like, we really don't know. We're kind of just guessing. The sports books are definitely assuming like 28 to 30 minutes based off where they're setting his lines at. So that's what I would assume. I think it's more likely Paulo plays 25 minutes than it is he plays 35 minutes. Like, which one's more likely? I think it's the 25. What first half props do you like? I haven't really looked at any first half today. Typically for first half, I like to target those in games that have blowout risk. Because, like, you know, we've talked about how players can, you know, they'll see normal minutes in a, you know, even in a blowout, they'll play normal minutes in the first half, and then sometime in the second half they'll lose minutes. I haven't looked at any first half props. I mean, if Khalil Ware's, like, if he's only going to play the backup center minutes behind Bam, which I'm not 100% confident in, but I think it is a real possibility. That probably means he's only playing like 8 minutes in the first half, which 12.5 fantasy score for 8 minutes, that probably is about accurate. But I don't hate that under. I think I prefer the full game under, though, because I don't think he's in the closing lineup. Like, I think in the fourth quarter, come crunch time, they're going to have Davion, Hero, Norm, Wiggins, Bam out there, and probably not Khalil Ware. We're still waiting for news on Emmanuel Quickly. That is one that we're waiting on. Quickly got downgraded to questionable with an illness. I mean, Jamal Shed, like, if Quickly's out, he's going to be a really good play. But, you know, you can't really take that right now, not knowing. I don't know. I haven't really looked at many first half props for today, so I can't really give an answer there. I think the Khalil Ware under, though, is kind of okay. But like I said, I do prefer the full game under if I'm just having to choose one of those two. I didn't watch yesterday's video. Sorry. Can you show me what you did really quick if lines didn't move? For today, the video that I made last night, I gave out Pirtle PRA at 19.5. It's at 20 now. And then I gave out Mitchell Robinson 5.5 rebounds over, and it's at 7 now. Definitely would not take the Mitchell Robinson rebounds. I think Pirtle PRA, though, bumping from 19.5 to 20, that's totally fine to take, in my opinion. So if you wanted to add that to the stream slip, you could do that if you wanted to. But the official stream slip for today is Scotty Barnes Taco, and we're pairing that with Khalil Ware under 24.5 fantasy. That's the official stream slip for today, if you guys didn't get it in. So far, we're 0-3 on our stream slips, but the last one that we gave out went 3 for 4. So that's frustrating. I feel like we're going to get one soon, though, and I think this could be the one for sure. If I'm right, and Khalil Ware only plays like 16, 18 minutes tonight, I feel confident he goes under this fantasy score. I definitely could be wrong, but just looking at how they've used him in these situations when the team's been fully healthy, his minutes have definitely taken a hit. I'm going to answer this last question from Cody, then we'll go head out of here. But Cody asked Bane PRA versus fantasy. So for Bane, it all depends on the player. It all depends on where the projections are at. Bane's PRA is at 31.5. His fantasy is at 35. So that's a 3.5 point difference. Bane's typically a guy that can get some rebounds, can get some assists. And for fantasy, rebounds are worth 1.2. Assists are worth 1.5. So those add up. If he gets 5 rebounds and 6 assists, that's what? 9, that's 15 fantasy points. He's typically not a guy that turns the ball over too much. His turnovers, let's see, where's his turnovers at? Does he have a turnovers prop? I don't think he has one. I can look at his game log there real quick. So Bane's last 5 games, he's had 0 turnovers, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. He's typically a 1 to 2 turnover guy. And then from steals and blocks, he usually can get at least like 1 steal or block, which can make up for the 2 turnovers that he might get. His last 8 games, 1 steal, nothing, and then 2 steals, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1 steal, nothing, 1 block, 1 steal. I always lean fantasy for the most part, but it definitely depends on the projections. You could actually probably look up. Let's see this. So you could look up Desmond Bane, FanDuel. So you look up FanDuel scoring, because FanDuel uses the same scoring that Prizepicks uses for fantasy. So you look up Desmond Bane FanDuel game log with 32 plus points plus rebounds plus assists this season. So if you look at this, so this is every game this year where Desmond Bane has had at least 32 PRA. So you see all these games he's had at least 32 PRA. This is how many fantasy points he's had. 33.1, 39, 49, 47. So basically every game where he's gone over 31.5 PRA, he's also gone over 35 fantasy. Or actually one game he didn't go over, so scratch that. There was one game where he didn't go over. He had 33. But then you could actually take it a step further. You could look at games. Let's look at games with, 35 plus. Desmond Bane games this season with 35 plus FanDuel points. Game log. You want to look at his game log so you can see every game. So these are his games with at least 35 fantasy points. And you can add up the PRA there. Looks like every game he's gone over PRA. So there was one game where he went over PRA but not fantasy. And it was this game against Portland. He had 22, 3, and 7. He had no steals, no blocks, and he had 3 turnovers. So really it was just he didn't get any steals or blocks. And typically he's good for at least 1. But that's how I kind of judge the PRA versus fantasy. You can look at like how many fantasy points have they gotten when they've gotten a certain amount of PRA and vice versa. StatMuse, great site, man. If you guys don't use StatMuse, you should be using StatMuse. You can find literally anything on StatMuse. You just have to search it up. But that's going to be it for the stream today, guys. Again, short stream. Games are about to start here in a few minutes. Only 2 games today, so I wasn't going to be live for very long. Only 2 games tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be able to go live tomorrow. If I do go live tomorrow, it'll be a late stream. Like, it'll be like 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like 30 minutes before the start of the games. But I don't think I'm going to be able to go live tomorrow. Thursday, though, I should be back with a stream on Thursday. And I think the games start, again, at 8 o'clock on Thursday. So probably like a 7:30 stream on Thursday. Maybe a 7 o'clock stream. Either way, just check the YouTube channel and you'll see the scheduled stream. You'll see when I'm going live. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Let's win some money tonight, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Best of luck, guys. Peace.